Never, 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 never gonna read them. Never, 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 never gonna read them. Even if you give me $1 million, I ain't ever gonna touch any of this book. Oh, never, 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 never gonna read it. Never, 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 never gonna read it. You might even think about calling my mama. It ain't gonna change my mind, not one bit. Okay, that does not rhyme. That makes no sense. But just as the fact that some people would think that I would in any reason, for any reason whatsoever, read any of these books, like, no.
My name is no, my sign is no, my number is no.
So yes, I am here once again with another tag video, because you all know that tags are my brand, tags are my jam, tags give me life. Tags make me bring me down. Tags make me happy, which is the reason why I'm just a tad bit hurt that nobody tagged me in this video. Like, I know I was dealing with stuff, but still, like, you all could not just be like, let's just tag Noria so that when she's ready to find joy in making tag videos again, she would have this tag video ready. I hate you. I'm just joking. No, I'm not. Like, seriously, I'm joking. No, I am not. You all didn't tag me in this. Anyway, I am here to do the anti-TBR tag. I have my questions right on here on my phone, and this tag was created by Nicole. I'm going to leave Nicole's channel in the description bar, as well as the link to her own original video, so you can go check it out. But let us get into these questions, because I got answers and I got thoughts. Okay, so the very first question says, a popular book everyone loves that you have no interest in reading. See, here is the thing, because everyone is relative, is subjective, right? Do we mean everyone as per everyone on BookTube? Do we mean everyone as per everyone in my life, like in real life outside of BookTube? Do we mean even on BookTube? Do we mean like everyone as per everyone in YA BookTube? Or do we mean everyone as per everyone, including YA, adult fantasy, etc., etc.? Like, BookTube is large. This everyone question is confusing me. But let's even say YA BookTube, because I read a lot of YA. This is gonna be question. Like, and here is the thing. Ooh, a book everybody loves. Ooh, okay. This is not just a book. This is like a bunch of books, right?
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Every single thing by John Green.
I said what I said.
I have no interest, none. I know John Green is like the holy grail. Like, there's a particular sector of BookTube that have read all of John Green's books, and apparently John Green's books like fill the void that they had, which I'm like, good for you. I just have no interest in reading books that will either make me angry or depressed or sad, or in this case, wondering once again that, oh yes, there is another manic pixie dream girl in fiction. Would like, no, sorry, ain't gonna happen. So if you're a John Green fan and you just went all like, oh my god, Noria, how could you? I'm just gonna say, yeah, dear, sorry, I have no interest in reading your fave. I am never gonna read your fave. Nothing is going to change my mind to read your fave, because John Green and we're just not on the same wavelength. It's just not the type of book I have any interest ever in reading, ever.
I said what I said,
As
and
always.
I'm not changing on it, okay?
So second question, is classic book or author you don't have an interest in reading? I'm going to mention two books. One, Fly in the Attic. Two, Lolita, because I have no interest in reading either about incest or reading a book from the perspective of a pedophile. It's just not gonna happen ever. I don't give a shit that it is a classic. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I am just not gonna read it. No, not gonna happen. Like, see, I was part of early fandom, like live journal fanfic fandom, which was the you don't like, don't read it. So I know that there are some people that don't mind the incest, and some people can read the pedophilic perspective book. I just life is too short. Life is too short, and there are too many great books out there, so many amazing classics out there, which is a perfect segue, because if you're like, oh my god, they're amazing classics, yes, if you've not seen it, my last video, which is the classics I own and I want to read video, is up on my channel. You'll see it there. Go read it, go enjoy yourself, go look at like amazing classics that you have to read. But Flower in the Attic and Lolita is just not gonna happen ever, because that is just proof that like society, literary society, popular society likes to reward mediocre white men because peak mediocrity, and those books are classics. Next question says, an author whose book you have no interest in reading. John Green would have fit in this perfectly, wouldn't it? Oh my god, this is sad. This is so sad, because now that I've mentioned John Green, and I don't want to mention, like, I don't want to repeat answers. I want my answers to be different and varied as possible. And which author? An author? Why am I checking my shelves? Like, if it's an author I don't have any interest in reading, it's not going to be on my shelf. An author I have no interest in reading. Who would it be? Who could that be? Oh my god, oh! Wait, what? No. I know. Anna Todd. Yeah, the one that wrote after. Because initially I was like E.L. James, but then I remember that I actually did unfortunately read 50 Shades of Grey. I was given a friend at it and gave me the book. I was like, read it, Nora, it's going to transform your life. Oh, you transform my life, all right. Anna Todd, yeah, after. I'm never going to touch that book with a 10-foot pole. I'm never going to touch any of Anna Todd's writing with a 10-foot pole. Even if it is that she had plastic surgery done and she does not look the same, all I have to see is the name Anna and Todd, and I'm just going to run far away. In fact, even if this person is not Anna Todd the writer and it's like Anna Todd the ski instructor, I refuse to take any skiing lessons from someone called Anna Todd, because I cannot stand Anna Todd. Even if it is that Anna Todd decides to change her name and she becomes Pimpling Pimpling Pum 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 Pum. So far as they said that the author formerly known as Anna Todd, now being known as Anna Pimpling Pum Pum Pum, as a new book, I am still going to say no, because I repeat, it's Anna Todd.
Never gonna happen.
Next question, a problematic author whose books you have no interest in reading. Like, problematic in the sense, like, not necessarily what they write, because like I said, and I did mention earlier, like there's a market for everything you want to possibly read. I'm not going to like judge an author for that, so far as it's not causing harm to anybody. People read all sorts of shit, and therefore people write all sorts of shit. But like, when I say problematic, I mean like impersonal, and it has to be like an author I've never read any of their work. So for example, even though we all know that She Who Must Not Be Named and Who Does Not Deserve to Be Named would fit into that, I've already read her books, and yeah, and even though Chimamanda is transphobic, but I've already read Chimamanda's books, actually all her books. Who I know, Meredith Russo. She wrote, I think, was it If I Was Your Girl? I think if I Was Your Girl, I will look for the picture and it can pop up. I think it's If I Was Your Girl. If it's not If I Was Your Girl, I'm sorry. But she wrote If I Was Your Girl and Birthday, and I was really looking forward to reading those two books, because oh my god, I heard it was so good, until I also heard that Meredith Russo is abusive. She was abusive to her ex-wife, and I was just like, I'm gonna draw a deep line in the sand, boo. Like, hell to the no, 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 no. I have no interest whatsoever in reading her books. Like, nope, it's not gonna happen. There are so many amazing trans authors and non-binary authors out there who have written incredible work, so I'm not going to be suffering. I have so many other books to read. I have no interest in reading anything by Meredith Russo. Next question says, an author you have read a couple of books from and have decided their books are not for you. Who? Lev Grossman, The Magicians. Once again, society rewarding white mediocrity, because that book is mediocre as fuck. See, I watched the show, and the show is good. The show is one of my favorite series, except for stuff happened at the end of season 4, and I was so heartbroken. And my very good friend Mila was like, oh my god, Nori, I'm so sorry, but hey, you can read the books are good. And she sent me the entire box set of the trilogy, which, once again, Mila, you're amazing, and you know I love you, and you know we have like similar taste in a lot of books. The Magicians is just where we're going to have to like draw the line, because nope, I know you love that books. I suffered. Like, I have a reading vlog where I was reading The Magicians, so I'm certain you all can see exactly how much I did not like that book, and I especially detested the character of Quentin Coldwater in the book. So Yeah. I'm going to read it. Come, Papa, why are you acting like you're high on acid or something? What have you eaten today? Okay, so I'm going to still read the book because, you know, you gotta read it. I'm going to read the book eventually at some point because I do not know how to DNF stuff. Like, if I start a series, I absolutely must finish the series, right? Or the same thing with the book. So I'm going to finish the series. I just... yeah, The Magicians by Lev Grossman. Like, Lev Grossman's, I just, after reading that book, I don't know if he has any other book. I don't know if the book was his magnus opus and he never attempted to write anything else again for his collective sake and mine. I hope he never did, but he's a popular author, so I'm certain he has like fans. I'm not one of those fans. Sorry, not sorry. Genre you have no interest in, or genre you tried to get into and couldn't. See, this is where things get very tricky for me because I actually have books I enjoyed across all genres. Like, I've read horror, I've read thrillers, I've read, you know, fantasy, science fiction, literary fiction, contemporary, romance, paranormal romance, you know, urban fantasy. And this is the same thing across YA, adult, middle grade. Like, I read diversely across multiple genres and multiple age ranges, and I actually do enjoy them. So I think that is the only question where I'll be like, I do not have an answer to that because there is no answer to that for me. Next question says, a book you have bought but will never read. This can be a book you have unhauled or returned to the library unread. Is there a book I bought that I have zero interest in ever reading? Is there a book I bought that I have zero interest in ever reading? Ooh, ooh, eh, eh, oh, ooh, 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 ah, ah, ooh, ooh, ee, ee, ooh, ah, ooh, 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 ooh. Give me a second. So here's why I'm cheating, because the question says book I bought, but like, if I buy a book, I have every intent in reading it, even if it is like I do. Like, for example, Children of Virtue and Vengeance. I enjoyed Children of Blood and Bone. It was okay. It wasn't spectacular, but it was okay. But Children of Virtue and Vengeance, I slugged through that book, but I had to read it because I paid money and I bought it. The same thing with Girls of Storm and Shadow, Shadow and Storm, like the second book in the Girls of Paper and Fire series. I bought that as well because like I said, I do not the DNF series, and I'd already read Girls of Paper and Fire, and I needed to finish the series. But I have not read that book. I'm still going to read it, but I'm not looking forward to it. But do you know how hard it is for me to get books in Nigeria? Like, for me to buy them and ship them to like my house and everything else. So like, do you know how much money I spend, right? And when you consider the exchange rate, the naira to dollar exchange rate, you think I'm going to spend money to buy a book and not read it?
Are you delusional?
Anyway, so I'm going to go with books I got as gifts. Yeah, because people apparently think that just because you're a bookworm and you love to read, they can just give you any book. Like, taste. Starting with The 49th Mystic by Ted Dekker. See? My company had an award last year and I won best employee, whatever. Your girl like knows what she does anyway. So they were giving out gifts and we're like, oh my god, what to give Noria? They're like, oh, Noria loves books, and HR was like, we know you love books, so we got you this. And this was my face when I got the book. Hi, nice, thank you. Such a sweet and thoughtful book. What an amazing book. Oh, you're so kind. Thank you for the book. It's an amazing book. What a book. Yeah, what a book. 49th Mystic. See, there was a period in my life when I was reading Christian books. You don't grow up in Nigeria without having religion forced down your throat in some way. So I was a bookworm that I read anything. That's why I said that there's no genre that I have not read in. Oh, Christian books will count, but like, I don't know. Like, I read Ted Dekker. I read his Black, Red, and White, right? And of course, I also read the Piercing the Darkness, the Frank Peretti books. I read the Francine Rivers books. By the time I got to Atonement Child, that's when I was like, what kind of pro-life propagandist bullshit is this? And I started stepping away. But anyway, there was a period in my life when I did read a lot of, contemporary Christian books, and I wish I could go back to that Nora and be like, yo, yeah, a book for you, but Since I got this last year, December, it's been a year now, and it's just been sitting on my shelf, gathering dust. And it shall continue to gather dust because I have no interest in reading this book. And I've not yet unhauled it because everybody I know also has no interest in reading this book. So I need to find someone that, like, you know, this would be their cup of tea. It just isn't mine. The next book is also a gift. When our MD first joined the company 3 years ago, he asked the first meeting he had with the staff, he had this question. I'm like, oh yeah, I know the answer to that. I answered and I was like, oh, really cool. I'm going to get you a gift. And I'm over here thinking, oh my God, yes, good, finally. Be like, oh yeah, take this money, go treat yourself to something pretty so I can buy food and I can buy books because those two are important. Man cannot survive without food or books. And he was like, oh, I got you a book. And I'm like, uh-oh. Because see, every time someone tells me, I got you a book, I'm always like, it's going to be a disappointment. And I was right because he got me What the Dog Saw by Malcolm Gladwell. One, this is paperback, so the print is miniature as fuck, and also Malcolm Gladwell. Like, I rarely read self-help books. I read a lot of like books pertaining to advertising because I work in advertising and it's for career, so I read it for my career. I do read a couple of self-help books. I'm just very particular about the type of self-help books I read. So for example, I'm not going to pick up anything by Robert Kiyosaki. You can put a gun to my head, it's not going to happen. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, my fucking ass. But What the Dog Saw, I'm like, I have no interest in What the Dog Saw. The dog saw what the dog saw. That's the dog's fucking business. It's not mine. What I see is different from what the dog saw, and it would always be different from what the dog saw. And I'm like, why the fuck do I have a book called What the Dog Saw? So it's also been gathering dust on my shelves for the last 3 years. It will continue to gather dust until I find someone that might enjoy it, but no. Next question. Ugh. It says, a series you have no interest in reading or a series you started and have DNF. Like I told you, I rarely ever DNF series. So what series do I have no interest in starting? Ooh. The selection series. Like, I'm sorry if you're a Kira Cass fan and you're like, oh my God, like I was never really a big fan of the Bachelorette show, and the books look like books I might maybe have read and enjoyed when I was 14, but that would have been like 16 years ago. And the covers are pretty in a way. They're pretty, but I'm just 14-year-old me was really into Bachelors. Adult me, I've never read. I've not watched The Bachelor, Bachelorette in what almost 10, 15 years. So I'm not. I have no interest in the selection series. I'm never going to read the selection series. If you give me the selection series, I'll be like, of all the things, you could not have gifted me something else on my wish list, which is everywhere. Like, you know, like it's everywhere. You can go to my Twitter profile and see my wish list. It's in my videos. You looked at my wish list and it was the selection series. Like, wait, hold up. Do I have the selection series on my wish list? Give me a second. Let us confirm.
I thought the world was ending.
And the last question, the final question is, a new release you have no interest in reading. There are so many new releases I want to read. Is there one I don't want to read? Is there? I know. The third book in the Curse So Dark and Lonely series, Curse So Bold and A Vow So Bold and Deadly or something like that. I don't know. I'll put up the image so you see the title. I don't know what the title. I don't give a care. Oh my God, that's actually, oh shit. Okay, that is the first book, the first series I'm DNFing. Because I read A Curse So Dark and Lonely, and not the biggest fan of Beauty and the Beast retellings, but also the Not Like Other Girls that was littered in that book just gave me a migraine. I was just like, this book is not for me. This book is not for me. And then like my friends who actually did enjoy it and like gave it like, were like, oh, 9 over 10, 10 over 10, read the second book in the series and dropped that to like 4 over 10. And I'm like, hold up. The book already, like, A Curse So Dark and Lonely for me was already like a 3 over 10. Maybe a 4, actually a 3. Don't be too nice, Nora. You can't hurt the book's feelings. The book won't be hurt. So a 3 over 10. And I'm like, if the second book dropped so much for you, it will probably be like at a -10 for me. And then the third book, I'm like, please, I am gonna quit while I'm ahead. So I quit while I was ahead. So yeah, I think that would actually work for a series I DNF. Now that I think about it, but it's also, that third book is a book I have no interest in ever reading, ever, even though it's coming out next year. But yeah, so that is the anti-TBR tag. I had so much fun. See, this is the reason why you all should be tagging me in shit. Tags give me life. So but yeah, that is this video. I think I'm gonna tag Sarah over at Novel Serendipity. I'm going to tag Vendi over at Caught Between Pages. I'm going to tag Mina over at Mina Reads. I'm not sure if Mina has done this tag. If she hasn't, ignore it, Mina. I'm going to tag Cindy over at Read with Cindy, and I'm going to tag Chanel over at Chanel Time. I tag those three because we do a lot of body reads and we already have one scheduled for this month. And then let me see, what am I going to tag? I'm going to, of course, tag Brittany. I don't know if Brittany likes to do tags, so I'm going to tag Brittany over at Melanie Eclectic and Jerry over at Onyx Pages, Sherry over at Obsidian Text and Tangents, because we need new videos and content from you, Sherry. And of course, finally, last but not least, Tati over at Musical Tati. I'm going to leave everybody I've tagged in their description, like their video channels, the links to their channels in the description bar. If you're not subscribed to them, you should go check them out. What are you doing? Why are you dulling yourself? Why are you dulling yourself? Anyway, but that is this video. As always, if you loved it, if I entertained you, if I made you laugh the way Noria can, only Noria can, do not forget, as always, to give it a big thumbs up. Check out my other videos. Subscribe if you want to. And if you do decide to subscribe, please do not forget to click on that the bell so you can have all notifications turned on, because if you don't, you're not going to get notified about my videos. YouTube has a new thing, trust me. You need to have all notifications turned on. But that is this video. As always, I make new videos every Wednesdays and Sundays at 2 p.m. EST. Yes, that is 2 p.m. EST, and I'll see you soon. Until then, stay fashionate, love books, love yourself. Hey baby, bye. Come Pop, do you want to say hi? You want to say hi? Look, you came. Hey baby. My hair? You want my hair as always? There you go. Yo, you chewed off a large chunk of that hair. You know that, right? Hey. Hi. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Delicious. Let's go feed you. Let's go feed you, baby. Say hi. Oh, yo. Come Pop. Stop chewing on my hair and just say hi. Say hi to the camera. Pose for the camera. Show your face. Your gorgeous face to the cameras. Okay. It is gone. Bye.